Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to FMLFPL Milan.
This Walsh.
What's up, bro?
We're almost at the finish line here, buddy.
Yeah. Halfway through 36 and 2 game weeks left. Post-mortem pod, then break time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we didn't announce that, I guess. The last announcement was we're doing all these summer pods, and new announcement is we're doing no summer pods. We're just fucking you all off.
Yeah, just announced.
Yeah.
Hot off the fucking titter.
Sorry about that. But yeah, we kind of looked at the schedule a little bit more closely with, World Cup and more condensed game weeks and stuff next year. And we're just going to take like probably 5-6 weeks off.
Next year is going to be fucking insane.
Yeah. So we're going to probably do, like you said, right? We'll do the 38 pod and the post-mortem pod. And then after post-mortem pod, we probably won't do one until July.
Yeah. So like maybe a week or two before we think the game will open if we want to do a precog and stuff.
Well, they do. Yeah, well, we'll definitely do precog, but they opened the game earlier last year than ever, so maybe they're going to try and do that again.
Yeah, maybe that's a new thing to like keep interest or something.
Yeah, just start interest earlier. I don't know, get more clicks for those, Budweiser ads.
I mean, it's the best time of the season, no question. Day the game opens through game week 1, best time of the season.
Yeah, well, easily. That's the only time of the season that we're all tied for OR1.
Yeah, that's a part of it. Got to say that's a part of it. Haaland, Mo, easy game week 1 team.
Yeah. Would you want to start there?
No. Let's start with our teams. How are you doing this week?
So triple cap, essential Mo Daddy did not go too well so far. I have 50 points. My City players got points, and everyone else did not get points except Fuckford. Absolute legend. The fuckest of Fords.
Your keeper transfers are owning.
I'm telling you, dude, this is my new skill. This is the new me. I'm going to spend transfer on keepers a lot from now on.
I DM'd you on Discord about like how I want to sort of figure out a way, or maybe it wasn't even you, I can't remember, but I was like thinking about everyone sort of has their own biases, their own strengths and weaknesses, and you need to sort of figure out how to get around it, right? So maybe for you, the way to get around like taking bad hits and capping dumb players and whatever is just like you make keeper transfers. Maybe you're just gonna make 11 keeper transfers, and you're gonna end up holding Tony and holding like whatever other picks that you want to rage out, and you're just okay.
I love that. Yeah. I actually have been spending a lot of time thinking about this over the last month. Because
oh my God.
Once I started to make transfers on my goalkeeper spot, I just am getting so many more points if I was otherwise holding Ramsdale or whatever, So yeah, I'm definitely going to be much more fast and loose with transferring my keepers around next season.
Can you, for post-mortem pod, can you total up the Ramsdale to Dubrov and then Dubrov to Pickford moves? I just am so curious because so far, I mean, Pickford's +5 and he has another game to go and another double next week. So that's just massive already. But I am on 41. So just a teeny red. I mean, pretty much same. We have similar teams. No one returned except my City players. Matip didn't start. Alonso ripped off at halftime. Mo cap blank. Coutinho didn't start. Not the best double of my life, but also not the worst. So, kind of just a whatever week so far.
Well, we're also halfway through it. We both have 11 to go.
Through. Yeah.
11 to go, so we'll see where it lands. But
yeah, we'll see where we go.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest stain was obviously the Liverpool-Spurs game where, we both had a lot of exposure in that game, and, that was not good. The least exposure you had, the better, because none of the things other than Son got any points, which was very shitty, but that's how it goes sometimes, man.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone on free hit had like Nketiah. That was one of the most nailed picks in your team because he's just so cheap. 13-pointer, bang, brace in like 10 minutes. It's fucking easy. So but we're fine.
Feel fine.
Feel fine. No league updates halfway through game week. Okay, where would you like to begin?
Let's start with Haaland.
Haaland in.
Haaland in.
Only us.
What's
only
going
us
on?
in the middle of a double game week would start with their Man City transfer confirmation for next season FPL. But here we are now.
That's why people listen to our pod. If you want to, find out who's
different strokes.
You want to find out attacking stats down the left flank of Brighton to get the right winger on whoever the fuck. You listen to a different pod.
That's a fact.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, great fucking player. It's like him and Mbappe who just have the fucking keys to the world of football for the next like decade minimum.
Yeah, he just wants to not win a Champions League final under Pep for more years, I guess. But I mean, realistically, for FPL standpoint, 12 million.
Yeah, I mean, someone on Twitter brought up the point, and I think it's a fair comparison that when Chelsea bought Timo, who doesn't have the same pedigree as Haaland, but he was coming off a 28 goal season. He was 9-5 first year. But that's insane in hindsight.
Well, that's what. Excuse me.
Just someone scoring that many goals.
Insane. No, but I mean, jokes on us, sickos.
Jokes on us. But I still think if there's no chance in the world Haaland comes in at 9-5, especially because he plays for City. I think that's the big difference in the price there. Like baking in that like this is the best team in the world and that's where he's going versus where Chelsea were at. But I mean, still in my head, I'm like he should be 12-5 or something. But I still feel like it's going to come in under that based off like Timo and recent transfer pricing. Like maybe he'll be
think he might 10, be 11?
10-5 or 11.
No way. 10-5. I don't know about that. Well, I mean, are they going to keep doing Kev at 11-5 or?
I mean,
they could do both of them the same price. I don't know.
Yeah, they could do that. I mean, the bottom line is it's going to be, assuming Mo is still at Liverpool, it's going to be so hard to build game week 1 teams. Just between Mo, Haaland, Kev, Son, Kane, what
Kane's
other.
Nowhere near.
Whatever other.
Miles away from being in that.
Yeah, but who knows what his price will be, He might be, for the first time in his career, he might be lower than Son.
It would be insane if he weren't.
Yeah,
that would be an actual insane joke. But
so
I mean, he would have to be
conversation.
He would have to be like 9-5, I think, to be considered.
I don't agree because if there's no other good. We're assuming there's no other good forwards in the game at this point.
You only need one. Well, what about?
But if he's
Mitrovic, a fucking joke to you?
Yeah, okay. Mitrovic.
Relax,
I didn't bring him up because he's already nailed in the team, and whoever the Luton striker is. So we only have room for one other. But if he's like $1.5 million cheaper than Haaland or something, it's definitely gonna be something to look at. So
all right, something of a thing of it.
But yeah, I mean, Haaland's gonna be insane.
Looking at Haaland, I mean, and how he beds in, he's going to obviously play 9 up top. I mean, he does seem like he's going to be, a pretty ideal kind of skill set for what they do. I mean, he can kind of do everything he's going to need him to do. The thing also I was thinking about in my perverted mind is that I feel like it's going to make. I mean, that Jack is one of the first names in my team. There's no separating me from Jack next season, game week 1, but. I feel like that is going to be a really, really important aspect for Jack because he finally has someone to fucking pass to. Right.
Speaking
of, who looked the best in that? Dude, Jack was fucking electric.
I mean, we know Jack is amazing. It's like a meme because 100 mil and he had a kind of rough season or whatever. But I mean, he's a great player. He's going to come good. It takes time, whatever. They're a really weird team, really weird front line to play in, all that kind of stuff. Big change for him, but. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the Haaland transfer. Another interesting thing that's going to happen is going to see like who are they going to let go, who are they going to sell.
Yeah,
I don't think they're just going to keep all of these players.
Well, the big other thing too about that is with Jack. I mean, with Foden, they only have one left wing spot. I mean, where are these guys going to fit in? Yeah. So the trickle down there is a little bit interesting.
Just staying like forever. Like, is he?
Yeah. Well, they do. I mean, they could still play Mahrez like in a similar way. I mean, he basically plays like 1/3 of the league games anyway. Like he could stay and just not play much.
He started 13. Is he happy with that? I mean, maybe.
Dude, he doesn't give a fuck. He just goes and chills and
wins the title every year.
He played every Champions League game. I mean, Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, between and with Raz, I mean, I think that with Bill, they have all the options that he could still kind of. But yeah, we'll have to look at this obviously more closely when the ins and outs come and go. But Haaland is obviously very interesting, and his only competition for his spot, right now with their team, assuming they're not going to buy a backup striker, is a fucking midfielder who's been playing out of position all season in Foden.
I mean, so basically, there's no competition, and he's going to be on pens too. So
which is big.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, good FPL pick, good play. It'll be actually very exciting and fun, in my opinion, to just see him more because I
want to see him more. Yeah,
I've probably watched like 10 games with him so far in my life.
Games, basically.
Almost. Pretty much that. So that'll be cool. So it's fun. It's really exciting. I'm excited about it.
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. All right, so game week 37, there's the doubles. Seems like a lot of people are, their last chance to drop a chip, they're bench boosting or free hitting or stuff like that. So I figured maybe we just go through the teams that double and just talk about them. We got some questions for each of them.
Sure.
So I think Aston Villa might be the most interesting one. They're home Palace, home Burnley. Balsky said is Ings and Watkins too much, and then Bill said is Matty going to be cash money. Coutinho not starting, it definitely made my palms sweaty because he was like my nailed on game week 37 cap. I'm curious what you think is going on there.
Well, he's been playing badly lately by all accounts and purposes. So, Stevie G just dropping him because he wants to play in Liverpool, sure. I don't know. I mean, I think it's predicting, 37, the double when they only have a few days off is tough because
it's really hard. Yeah.
I mean, I imagine for Liverpool, he's going to put Phil back in. I mean, it's maybe going to come at the expense of Ings. I imagine it'll be
Buendia.
It'll be Watkins, Buendia, and he'll probably want to go smaller maybe to press a little bit better than Ings. I'm not sure, but you could definitely tell me that Phil's going to start one of the two doubles because I mean this fucking team he just played worked really well. He might just do that again. I don't know. Yeah. Buendia played really well. Buendia's been. I feel like he's like one of the most hard done by players of the season this year.
100% agree.
The minutes he's gotten relative to how he's looked is just not really fair.
I was looking at his FFS shit. He's only started 2 out of the 10 games since Gerrard's been there. 283 minutes in 10 games.
Yeah.
Fantasy goal involvement, 67%.
Yeah.
He's on the pitch, like goal and assist monster.
Yeah. It's just that balance. It's been eluding him. And I mean, it does really, he's come at the expense with Coutinho, honestly. I think that he has a real dilemma to get both of them on unless if he changes the formation out of the 4-3-3. But, I don't know. I would definitely be worried about captaining him in game week 37. Probably would still do it though if you own him, just because it is, 2 really good home bankers, and you just kind of hope that he's just going to run him out there for these 3 home games. Maybe he doesn't
just give me 120. Like I bite your hand off for 120 minutes.
Maybe he doesn't play the City game because that might not be kind of his kind of game. I mean, I feel like he just wanted to. I mean,
he started 9 out of 10 games before this.
And
he started every game before this.
Yeah, and he's been subbing him early, but I mean. I would have imagined he would have rather play him in the Burnley game than the Liverpool game.
That's what I would have thought too.
But
he's not a pressing player at all. I think maybe what he's thinking is like our one chance to score against Liverpool is like get the ball to Coutinho, long ball to Buendia or Watkins. Yeah. Like we need him to make the final pass. It's a 50-yard ball, down the wing or something like that.
Yeah, that could be. We'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting. I think the game will be interesting to see from that standpoint of like, what does Gerrard see? Like, what does he want to do?
Yeah.
That could be, but...
And it could also just be like rest. Like, we have no idea,
Yeah, I mean, he could just not start the Liverpool game, too. He could just be ruthless because he's like, you're not going to be able to do what I need you to do. And I dropped you for Burnley because you weren't playing well, and I was never going to play you in Liverpool. So,
and you might not be here next season. So
so what do I have to? I know this Buendia guy's going to be here next year. Like, let me try this and see how this looks. That's possible. So we're going to know a lot more, I think, on Thursday when we do the My Life pod about how that game looks. But I think I think it went definitely at the time of recording tonight from Phil looks like an amazing 37 pick to like, oh god, like I don't know.
Please start a game. It's much more sketch. Yeah, I mean their underlying like team stats since Jared have been really, really good. Like top 4 quality in terms of like XG4 versus XG against and all that.
Who's their striker again?
Yeah, Ollie Watkins. So he started 10 out of 10 games, 31% goal involvement. Ings started 7 out of 10 games, 54% goal involvement. So, Ings and Watkins, if you're fucking like free hitting, YOLOing, whatever, like I don't hate it. I expect them to score goals in both of those games, and those guys are going to be heavily involved.
Yeah, no, realistically, if you're free hitting, you're obviously picking 3 Villa players. It's just a matter of which. It's just a matter of which ones. Yeah, I would probably be more. I mean, maybe Cash or the goalkeeper. I'm not sure how that kind of would lay with the rest of the picks you can get, but I would be more inclined to chase goals, I think, on this one and jam 2, if not 3 attackers.
I think I would
for home Palace, home Burnley.
I think I would go Cash into attackers. I mean, Cash
that sounds good.
Has a lot of attacking returns also, in this stretch. Yeah. So it's not like you're like skimping on that. He's not, a center back or whatever. So, he has 2 goals and some assists.
Villa's going to be an interesting one next year. The pricing, I'm not envious of how they're going to having to make the decision on prices for these players on Villa, but there could be some really good value on Villa. I am kind of bullish, even though they have been kind of whimpering a little bit. I mean, they should have a lot of outs and probably a few good ins. I mean, it might take them a little time to gel, but I'm kind of bullish on, maybe trying to get in early on Villa, depending on the price.
I like them.
Even just putting a defender in, just starting the season with like a defender could be,
Yeah, I mean, we see this so often, right, where the whole team gets like a massive price hike.
Yeah.
And then, they have a kind of down year or whatever like that. Like everyone might be now underpriced next season. Who knows what does Dean come in next season? He started,
I think 5. Like, I don't think you can price any of these over 5
this season.
He wasn't even on this fucking team.
He wasn't even on the team. He's down to 5. He's barely played. He's injured. And Dean 5 could get 10 assists next season.
Even like Dean and Cash both at 5. Like those are both really good picks. That's insane. At 5.
Yeah.
If they're the fullbacks next year, assuming that they're going to improve in the steal department and down the middle of the middle of the pitch, their spine. Interesting, yeah.
Want to look at. Right. So Villa, we like that. Everton also home Brentham, home Palace. A lot of home Palace in this action. Tio said, "How essential's Rich this week on a scale from he's good to hit him in, out, and then in again." So obviously they beat Leicester. They've been way better, way better at home all season. So I do expect them to get, I don't know, 2 or 3 points between these 2 games, like maybe a couple draws, maybe 1 win, 1 loss, something like that. Score very few goals, but enough.
This is where I get a little bit twitchy, because you're holding your free hit chip for this, say you're doing it.
Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna be loading up on fucking Villa, Everton, Palace players.
It's
Meanwhile, Liverpool are just like playing Southampton, who look like they're waiting for the next 9-0.
They're the worst team in the league.
Spurs are home Burnley, who can't defend for their lives since Ben Mee took over. And at West Ham is okay. They're not great, but that's probably the one where you're not going to get too hurt by avoiding some City assets. But I mean, do you really want to load up with like 6, 7, or 8 players from these shitty ass fucking teams?
I don't.
So what do you do? What do you do with this one? Because you don't, but then you will do it, right? If you have free hit, you'll do it.
You're gonna get Gordon and Rich probably.
Pickford. You're not gonna have like Pickford, Cash, Watkins, Phil, Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
then all of a sudden you look at your team, you're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah, I think the answer is, and we'll get to these other teams, is that I probably won't have... If I were on free hit, I probably wouldn't have Leicester players, I wouldn't have Burnley players, and I'd maybe have 1 Palace player, like maybe Wilf or something.
And you don't have any City players, maybe?
So, I mean, that's, 3 Everton, 3 Villa, and then, the rest are like Liverpool, Son, Kev, or something,
maybe just Kev or something.
It's probably something like that, but we'll get to that. I mean, who do you like on Everton? Obviously you're obsessed with Gordon, but
It was really fucking pissing me off, actually. Well, one thing I was watching that game. Well, I like Pickford a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably
on fire.
Yeah, he's been amazing, and I mean, he gets bonus. He saves all the things. So I think Pickford's probably the best keeper for the double game week of the 6 or whatever they're available.
I think so.
Gray looked really good, I thought. He reminded me of the beginning of the season, Gray, when he was, in and around a return a game until he kind of dropped off. He must have just been either knackered or he had a knock that he was kind of playing through or something.
Knock. Yeah.
Because there was really he missed some time. He's got subs and then he just couldn't get in the team, but he looked really good. I was fucking really pissed that he subbed him. I thought that was an insanely stupid sub and it almost cost him 2 points, but I'm not to say that, I would put Gray in my team, but I think if you're looking for just wild punts, I think Gray is definitely an interesting one. But Gordon was playing on the right. It was really annoying. I mean, he switched a little bit, but he's when he's on the right, he's like fucking do anything over there,
I mean, he still just crosses and shit, right?
Yeah. No, well, it is the thing I like about Gordon, watching him, from the right he did, but more from the left because he could cut in and actually score. But when he's passing to Rich, it's like, oh God, nothing doesn't matter. He's never gonna fucking get an assist. But he is actually really good at doing kind of that Mo thing of keeping the ball low and driving and firing it into the area low, really hard low balls. And I love that because those are the balls that really get
it's harder to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah. And they can bounce anywhere, own goals, whatever.
Yeah.
And he did come near. He was close to points. There were some really nice counters that he was close to points in the in the
and he got
game.
Fouled for some dangerous free kicks and stuff like that.
He gets fouled a lot. He trains with Rich, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably have Rich in my team to answer Tio's question. I mean, it just seems like...
There's no way I would have Rich in my team.
Really?
Yeah, there's absolutely no way.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like if they score a goal, the chance of him being involved is just so ridiculously high. And I do expect them to score at least one in each game or something like that, is really where I'm coming from.
I think I would probably have Pickford, Gordon, and that's probably it. I probably wouldn't go 3.
You wouldn't go Mikalenko? Follow Bry? Brother
Bry?
Isn't
he hurt? Didn't he get hurt?
I just saw that goal on Match of the Day, and I was like, fucking Bry.
No, I mean, he knows. I added him 4 times.
Outside of the box. Volley.
Banger. Volley. Bry's like, oh yeah, I fucking knew that would happen.
He's like, well, everyone's getting Pickford, so I might as well get Mikalenko. It's like, okay, Bry.
It's genius. I don't know. It's fucking genius.
Yeah, he's a fucking god.
It's he has no Liverpool players on his free hit team, and every single Liverpool player got either 0 or 2 points. It's of course.
Yeah.
Don't even have a double. You fucking idiots. I'm gonna I'm gonna go with these guys instead.
Unbelievable fantasy manager. But yeah, he subbed off really early. I didn't see if it was an injury or not, but I guess we'll get more news. It's so weird potting in the middle of a game, Mike, but I
think my thinking of Rich is, you're basically comparing Rich on free hit to Trent or, Mane or something. You're comparing him to an elite asset on an elite team.
You're saying you think if you get Rich, you won't be able to get those guys? You won't be able to fit them in?
You have 11 spots. We're talking. That's what I'm saying.
But what we just outlined earlier, right, is Pickford and then 2 other Everton, 3 Villa. Then you still get 5 other guys.
Yeah, but it's Son. Even thinking about Cess. I would maybe rather have Cess home Burnley than Rich, who's not good. On a team that's
I'd rather have
18th.
Rich.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just using this as hyperbole, but just, I mean, again, I'm not on free hit, so I haven't done this, but I think that's, that's just what I'm initially thinking of, making me hesitant about it. But I also fucking hate the player. So I'm not a very good person to ask about Rich, and you love him.
Next season, you're going to have Rich at some point, and you're gonna want to rage him out, and I'm gonna be like, no, just use the transfer on your keeper. Just use the transfer on your keeper. You're gonna hold Rich and fly.
You're you're right. I should get, Messi. I should get the Luton keeper. He's making so many saves.
All right, let's go to Leicester. So there are 2 aways. They're at Wadi, at Chelsea. Tio said Leicester guys immediate hit the fuck out of all of them, right? And then Balsky said, is Vardy too big a gamble on free hit? Rather have Kane, Burnley, or Mane at Southampton. I
would definitely rather have Vardy than Kane, but no, I don't. I think it's Vardy or no one, because I think there's a legitimate chance that he could start both. But
yeah, but Well, yeah, I don't know if Tio's question. I don't think Tio's on free hit.
They're all
he's
different
just saying
questions.
hit them all out.
Well,
like
I
if
mean,
you
yeah.
own Schmeich's, like don't hit him out, just run him out there. You know.
No, don't hit him out. Just use your free transfer on him.
There you go.
You'll just get more
and get
points.
Pickford.
Get him. Send him to Pickford for free. You're good.
He's such a shit house.
You obviously want nothing to do with this team. Like nothing remotely, nowhere near. I think Schmeichel is an interesting case in point. I think because we were kind of just banking on he has games, but I mean if you get 1 point in the games, it's not too good.
Is that bad?
It's bad.
But even still, look at his history. It's like
1, 2, 8, 2, 3, 9.
This game week he has 1, but he still's home Norwich. Yeah. He had 2 and 35. He had 8 and 34. He had 5 and 33 because of double. He had 9 and 32. It's still good.
No, it's still good. It's still good. But
he sucks, and I fucking hate him.
So much.
I hate him so much.
Yeah, but no, definitely, you definitely don't have to even really consider Leicester as a doubler as a team in the league anymore. Really, from FPL standpoint, from now till the end of the season. But
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, Vardy's a little bit interesting, but I guess I kind of was not remembering that there's still another game. So, I mean, if he does start Norwich, which he probably will because he's been bent, I mean, he probably then won't start both 37s, right?
No, I mean, they have like 3 days off for Watford, 3 days off for Chelsea. I don't know. And
then 3 days off for 38 because he's going to want to do the testimonial. So, I mean, can he do all 4? Probably not, right?
A couple Red Bull vodkas.
At Watford's probably the one that he doesn't go for.
No, but that, like, to me, it's almost the opposite because he just wants to, like, pad his stats and get a hat trick.
Yeah, that's possible.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a fun punt.
Like Vardy versus Rich, I would take Vardy for sure. Not close to me.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the upside is just so much higher. Everton, it's like maybe they score 1 goal, and Vardy's like he could hat trick in either game. Your team, Palace. We got a bunch of questions actually. So Dylan said, "Can you guys touch on Palace defense? I'll be getting one on free hit. I was shocked to see Klein at 4-3 with 11 90s in a row." Hemdog and Grey Hair asking about Wilf. Elron followed up. Did Wilf getting 3 bones make Walsh's balls tingle? And then Tio said, "Is there anyone on Palace who isn't one of the more obvious guys that Walsh might shout? Elise and Eze both have my eyes." Wait, is it Elise? No, it's just Elise.
Yeah, Elise.
Elise and Eze both have my eye.
Not Elise. Is not a girl. First name.
Listen, hey, it's his last name.
I would probably not have any Palace players.
Not even a defender.
I don't think. Not even away. We don't keep cleats away.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't do that here
all season. No.
Yeah, I mean he's like fucking around and playing Butland and shit. We are so far away on the beach, just like doing whatever the fuck. I think
still
it's
just like winning games, which I love.
Well, no, and I want to differentiate from. I'm saying this as a negative from the FPL standpoint, but yeah, I mean in real life he's just playing. He's just changing players and pieces and moving them around to see, who can do what and how. I mean, I think like the Watford game, I was talking in Discord, like, he played Eze in the midfield 3 with fucking like no Kuyate. Like there was no holder. Like Hughes was playing in 6. He's not a 6. It's absolutely nowhere near a 6. And we were destroyed them. It was an absolute destruction. And, to be able to play a relegation, team, like place team with no holder is like, yeah, this is exciting. This is really fun. Looking at it for next season, when we're going to have Elise and Eze fully fit with Wilf and, with Edward and Mateta and whoever we bring in. But from the standpoint of looking at us right now is like, yeah, no, I don't expect to clean in either of these games. We're going to be playing we're fucking around with different back lines and shit, different midfield formations. We're probably going to play 11s that we've never played with before. I mean, that's what he's kind of been doing like for the last month, low key.
Gay, he has a knock.
Gay, he has a knock. He might not play, which is a big issue. I mean, dude, it was the first time I saw James Tompkins on camera in like 6 months.
I didn't even know he was still there, honestly.
Yeah. I
thought it'd be Martin Kelly or something.
Yeah, no. I mean, it was like Tomo gets a shot. I'm like, oh my God, is fucking James Tompkins still like alive? He's going to come in or something? But
what a legend.
But no, because I think we have to remember, I mean, the away and the home thing is a big deal for us, but, maybe I put too much emphasis on this, but I don't like the lack of like cohesiveness. Like we've had a cohesive system, and he like puts players in and out. But from a clean sheet perspective. Like it takes just one little blip, you know, it's not for scoring goals. It's like, okay, like, yeah, you need to do that. You know, you could still score goals. Like if you have different mids or different forwards, like, okay, fine. But from the clean sheet perspective, like I still don't think we're going to like ship 4 or 3, like just because we're playing, you know, our third choice center back. Like we'll still be fine and like maybe win both of the games. But for keeping cleans and being immaculate, I'm skeptical.
Yeah, and another thing that we definitely shouted on, I think it was on the Friday Night Live pod, was like playing against teams that are fighting relegation is really bad for cleans. Like you see Burnley, like Cornet gets a fucking like worthless goal in the 90th minute. That's like basically their entire XG against Villa. It's like because they don't stop playing. You know, like playing like Palace's Everton, like they're probably gonna absolutely dominate Everton for 90 minutes, but like they're never going to stop trying to score. Everton's like all on the line, you know, so that's also bad.
And at Villa's not a good fixture for a clean, that's a bad fixture. In my opinion.
Bad fixture.
I don't get that. I mean, Wolf is like fine, I guess. Yeah, he's like fine, you know.
He's a donger, dude.
You could throw him in there.
Pens are nice for Wilf.
Yeah. And that's like Rich versus Wilf. Like I'd pick Wilf. I mean, the team functions, you know, that's important.
Yeah.
Right?
You think he's for sure starting both?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Because Rich is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he will.
He probably will, but he also might just, you know, who knows?
Yeah. No, so I mean, he just didn't start, you know, 2 games ago, you know, and he's been doing 90s a lot, you know, maybe it was just, you know, he wanted to protect him a little bit, but I mean, Wolf's on 13 goals. He's having a really nice season. 1 assist is shocking.
He has a lot of pens. He does have
a lot of pens.
He has 5 pens and he's missed 2. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, pens matter. He's never had pens before.
No,
we get a lot.
Pens are
he
great.
Draws a lot of pens, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help him for bonus points. But.
It sort of feels like any Palace attacker is a complete punt. And that's not necessarily saying, like, some of them are going to get points. We just have no idea who. Like, who, you know, fucking Gallagher could brace against Everton. And no one would be surprised, but no one's going to pick him.
Yeah.
Burnley, we got no questions. So, you know, we can just talk about the fact that they started Ashley Barnes or something. I don't know. And then, just some free hit questions. Seems like a lot of people are burning the free hit. Bowski said, which single game week players would be part of your game week 37 free hit? I can't see many Man City players I'd want for away West Ham. So we kind of talked about this before, but yeah, I mean, Liverpool at Southampton is like
insanely
good. And Spurs Burnley are both just jokes.
Yeah, the big thing about the Liverpool for us talking about it today is that they have, you know,
2 more games before that.
So we can't, it's kind of silly. But yeah, I mean, the one thing though about West Ham is, you know, they don't have any other things going on. They're just like, they're here to fuck, you know, in the league. So yeah, I really don't mind, you know, swerving that fixture.
Yeah, it's the week to do it. It's the one week to do it. Yeah, it's
definitely, exactly, for the rest of the City fixtures. It's the one that does stick out, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Arsenal also have Newcastle. I mean, I wouldn't skip that. Great fixture.
Yeah, I think it's, I mean, away is a little bit tougher. It's also going to be Monday night, which is going to be a little bit tougher. Like, I don't think that there's much there from a fantasy perspective. I don't think that an Arsenal player is getting in your team on free hit. I mean, I think
it's really hard because we haven't like actually tinkered ourselves, but
like thinking about Saka at Newcastle versus even like, you know, Will for any of these doublers, like it doesn't seem like it seems like they're kind of in the same classification.
Yeah, and you would
but
never
the Liverpool
go Nketiah over, you know, either Villa guy, Rich, Vardy, like what,
Kevin,
you know, everyone.
Whoever. I mean, you probably could do a City. Well, actually, I wanted to talk to you about the City defense. I mean, what do you think of them now? I mean, they are gonna probably have to do like Laporte and Dino. Okay. So they're gonna have 2 lefties there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ake's better than Fernandinho, but either one of them, it's not like much of a difference, I don't think. But yeah, it'll be Cancelo, Laporte with one of them, and then Zinchenko.
Yeah. Do you think that they're still like same? View or
definitely not. I mean, we saw them with Dino, and it was to clean all 3. Like straight up, I still expect them to clean all 3. But are they the same?
I think West Ham are going to score.
Are they the same quality? Absolutely not. I mean, I think Zinchenko is an absolutely diabolical defender, And then obviously the center back downgrade is massive. It's just the thing with City versus Liverpool, right? It's like Liverpool are happy if you go at their center backs because our center backs are better than everyone's forwards.
Right.
But City just don't ever let you get to the center backs.
Right.
So that's why it like doesn't affect them that much because it's like they need to make one play a game or something like that. And if Ake gets that clearance, then like they're good. Yeah. And he won't be tested again.
I think that they're going to have a tough time against Antonio, though.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be running West channels Ham, and pulling them. I mean, I think that's a tough game.
West Ham,
that's going to be a tough game for City.
All season when West Ham have had one competition and it's been the Premier League, they've been a really good team.
Their performances have been solid.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't been like sexy FPL performances because they just do. They
kind of have.
They do lunch pail shit and it's just going on the counter.
Bowen, Benrahma early season. Like they've all been
Well, Antonio was good for literally 3 games, but Bowen has been.
No, wasn't that short?
I'm pretty sure he got them all in 3 game weeks. Let me check.
Through like game week 9. And then he just fell off
was it that long?
Planet. Well, he exploded in the first 3, but he still got a goal in 6 and a goal in 9.
I still remember that first day when it was the Newcastle game when Callum scored and they didn't have any, they were just blanking. I was like, why did we get him over Callum? Yeah. Then he just scores 50 points.
I was actually thinking also, like,
thank God.
I couldn't really remember. Like, why did we all start with Benrahma? Like, how did that happen?
I didn't. I fucking was shitting on that pick.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I was absolutely shitting on that pick.
I did.
The whole preseason. Yeah, you did. I did. Well, luckily for you. I bought him after his points, and I was like, fuck, I guess I'll just do this. And then he blanked, and then I wildcarded or something.
There we go.
That's how I play this game.
That's how we do this. Next time you'll just do a goalkeeper transfer. Jabroni said Liverpool need to make up goal difference and play Southampton. Do we go big in attack with Mo, Mane, and free hit, or just go with one? Again, there's the 2 matches. Yeah. We don't know, but yeah, I mean, Southampton legit worst team in the league, so fuck them. I don't know.
Yeah,
so sick of their shit.
Yeah.
Chester said I'm free hitting this week. Give me some 1 week punts.
I don't know. I mean, I think we kind of looked at some of them.
Yeah, I mean, it would almost be like forgotten men, right? It'd be like, depending on who Liverpool
like
play.
Gallagher.
Like, say Liverpool play Mane, Mo, Diaz in like both the next 2 games. It's like, okay, Jota. Yeah, or like forgotten men like Kulu or some shit. Yeah. It's like, oh, Kulu double assist game or something. You know, like.
I think Gallagher's like an option in this kind of. I mean, I think talking about Gray earlier, I think that's one that could be something. I don't know. I mean, I think also Eze and Elise, you could just kind of roll the dice with one of them.
Just pray they start both. Yeah.
Yeah. Or even if they don't and they start and get a sub appearance, that they just get points.
I mean, Mateta too. He's been great.
Yeah.
He didn't start last game. Maybe he just starts both. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm more excited about the wingers. I think I feel like Mateta's going to just be kind of. I don't know. I'm always surprised when he gets FPL points.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like growing up, he was probably like keeper because he was just tall and so awkward. And then they were like, actually, he's pretty good. And then let's put him at center back. And then like he was really good. And then they just kept moving him forward and he just started donging every game.
Yeah, I don't know. He definitely likes a step over. But I mean, this is a player that has scored 4 goals. I mean, he's not, I don't think there's 2. Like that's why the midfielders excite me more because I think there's like more double return, kind of explosive potential. Mateta's like lucky as actual fuck to get a goal.
1 goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's
Gallagher's
just kind of
fun because he's almost like post type.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't scored in a long time.
Yeah. He's due.
Yeah. And it's just like everyone still rates him and loves him and like, thinks he's great. But it's like, he had a double return in game week 26. Before that, his last return was game week 22. Like, he could just double return.
He's been very quiet lately from a score sheet perspective, but he's still, doing
still great.
Not like with maybe as much volume as he was early on.
Yeah.
And I think he's definitely tired, but he's still making late runs. I mean, he's still offering and he's still available. I mean, the thing with his goals early in the season too, I mean, he had 1 or 2 like kind of like high XG chances, but he was scoring some bangers.
He's scored worldies.
And they're, those are not sustainable.
Not sustainable, yeah. And then Bill said, who do you like in defense for the double? So we mentioned Cash. I mean, we didn't really like any of the other, other than Pickford, we didn't really like any of the other doubling teams. So I would probably avoid all of them.
I would probably just put in a Liverpool defender and, maybe a City defender, and I would probably go 3 at the back this game. Like maybe 4 if you need money. I mean,
pending Liverpool lineups, I'd probably go like cash Trent Robbo.
Maybe, yeah. You think you would have no City defenders? It's just not worth it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it.
What's the point? I mean, it's not an easy fix. Do you think that Spurs defender, home Burnley, is a good shout, or do you think it's a little iffy?
It's that thing of running into a team fighting for their lives that I don't love, because Spurs defense is just bad, and even if Spurs score 4, which I could very easily see, I still feel like Burnley is going to get a decent chance at 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just long ball, Woot wins a header over Dyer, Romero 2-foot somebody. Like, I don't fucking know. He's a psycho.
Yeah, I think I like what you said. Yeah, Trent Robbo kind of deal, or Trent Van Dijk, depending, or Robbo Van Dijk, something like that. Yeah. Dude, Trent's been actually not too good.
Yeah, I really didn't love our lineup. I expected rest, and he instead went for like the old guard almost. Like this is my like first 11 form team right now. Robbo was a nightmare. Like, he should not have started that game. The pre-planned sub on 60, I hate that.
Yep.
Is what
it's crazy with Trent. I mean, I guess it's just from what we expect, but I mean, he's already hit the 200-point mark, and I feel like he's been like just really bad this year, and he's been so not bad. He's been fucking amazing.
It's just recency, right? It's
I guess.
He missed,
but even still, he's still like been getting points. I mean, when he didn't start a couple games, but he also sandwiched that with 4-6-5, which is like he returned in all those games. But it's like I expect him to get double digits like every other game.
Yeah, every 1 in 3. Like he has a 12
like when that's not happening, I'm just like, what's he doing?
Yeah,
he has 32 bonus points.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Early season, he was fucking insane.
Yeah. Early season, that's why, right? 6-12, 4-12 for his first 4 game weeks. And then he got like COVID or some shit.
Yeah.
All right, some other rando questions. Platypus said, Diash, Walker, Stones all out, Zinchenko in, right? 5-3 mil. And we nailed that on Friday Night Live pod when I remember someone was like, what do you think about Laporte? I mean, what do you think about Walker? I can't afford Laporte. And we were like, no, Zinchenko, that's the pick. He could have scored.
Yeah, he could have had a 20-pointer.
He could have had a 20-pointer. He got an 11-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, we've always been fans of Zinchenko on the pod. Baby Kev, come on.
And we need him in World Cup pod.
Yeah. What was the question?
Just Zinchenko in.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, good pick. Yeah.
But no, I mean, in seriousness,
he should start every game.
Yeah, but the at West Ham is one that you're like, I don't know. I mean, if it is legitimately your worst spot on the team, I would probably still rather have like cash or something.
Yeah.
Get a doubler.
I would, but for 38, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You just spend the transfer there. You figure it out. But
yeah, it's not the priority move.
You hold Broge.
Well, I definitely hold Broge.
I need to start Broge again before the season ends. 38 at Leicester. I'll start him.
Josh said, obviously a wait and see until midweek. What's your early take on Chelsea assets? Do we sell potential naughty boy Marcus A? Do we hold Mount, or is it time to look for upside in the final game weeks?
Dude, what is that shit? Where did that come from?
Apparently, I don't know. The rumors are that they just had like a fucking fight basically at halftime. Marcus A and Tom Touche, and he just rips him off. Sure, and then in the post game, he's like, it was tactical. It wasn't an injury. All
right, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to make of that, but we've been talking about Chelsea assets as sell for a while, right?
Yeah. And it was basically accept Marcos A, and now he fought with him,
he's firmly on the naughty list.
Yeah, it seems bad. All of them seem bad. Third is like basically locked up. Nothing matters.
Yeah, there's no reason to hold him. I mean, especially home Leicester. I mean, when Leicester don't have other comps. I mean, I expect them to score. Dude, they just shipped 2 to Wolves. Are you kidding me?
Cody.
It's fucking unbelievable. All right, what else?
JB said, Will for Rich rest in the season. I know what your pick's going to be.
Yeah. Rich easy.
Oh.
No.
Whoa. Dude, Palace have Man United in game week 38. You simply cannot overlook that. That's like a 5.
The vengeance?
That's like a 5-0.
I think I might need a cap. Bring him into cap for
That's
38.
a cap. That's an easy cap. Rich is at Arsenal. They're not gonna have a sniff.
Yeah. I need a plan to do Kulu to Wilf.
Yeah, you reverse engineer that,
him, and then figure out what I'm doing with Alonso based on that.
Yeah, but you should keep Kulu from Burnley.
No, I'm going to. I'm saying I'm future planning, but I also have 2 free. I'm gonna just fucking let a free burn. That's what I'm gonna also do. Let a free burn. I've never done it before. I'm like unlocking quests.
Oh my god. Achievement unlocked.
What am I gonna fucking sell bros for necktie?
I have 2 frees. I'm definitely gonna make moves, but we'll do that on Thursday. And then last question was Mr. Ralph. There hasn't been enough of the people's favorite segment this season, beach teams. We can look at the table, but you guys often have special insight on what team's still going for it, which is likely to play in flip-flops for the last few games. And are there any like extremely strong beach vibes that you're getting right now?
Well, Norwich are done. You start there.
They are beyond done.
Watford are the downing of the Watfordian tools against us was remarkable. They didn't even attempt to try to score a goal. The whole game
didn't even go to the Watford section. He clapped off the Palace fans.
I was surprised he even went to the game. He could have sent Sammy Lee out there to do the fucking game. He didn't even give a fuck about what was happening. It is
rude to ask a 95-year-old, why didn't you go clap the Watford fans? As if he knew where he was or like which fans he was clapping. Like he's been clapping the Palace fans for 50 straight years. He just sees Palace fans. He's like, oh, okay, those are my people.
I know.
But yeah, obviously Southampton have just pitched a tent on the beach and they just live there now. Yeah. They're Airbnb an RV on the beach. Yeah.
I mean, Leicester could fall into this category depending on how they look in the next game because
I mean, I thought they tried pretty hard in Everton and played decently, but
I feel like it was just like they had 2 or 3 players that were trying really hard.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah.
So like Daka was really a handful. Iheanacho was diabolical, but I feel like the combination of the league table position has to be married with manager situation too. Like Potter, I'm like, I don't expect Brighton.
Me neither.
I mean, they just put the 4-0 pass. Like everyone's still on like high alert. Like, is this fisherman manager gonna like pop me out of the team? Do you know what I was actually thinking of that I wanted to bring up to you because it felt like such vindication? You know who has not been anywhere fucking near Brighton's teams lately when they've been winning and dominating?
Who?
Motor.
Oh, that was your big thing. You should send an email to Neil.
He's absolutely a diabolical player.
He started so many games.
Yeah, and ever since he got injured, they've been like direct correlation, like way more points than when he was playing every game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right.
So that aside.
He started 1 million games this year.
Yeah, and he was terrible.
And he has 0 goals.
Yep. In an attacking position. I mean, it's not a coincidence. But no, I think, like Braj potentially going to get fucking shit canned this summer. I mean, you have players there. I'm like, yeah, you can definitely see the downing of the tools. But, like Wet Spam, they don't have anything to play for, but
they want Europa.
They want fine. So they do have a little bits to play for. But, they also just like now that they don't have any other competition, they have a couple of games, like they're not going to just lay down, like chill,
No, yeah.
Same with like Villa, like Stevie G's, like he's still figuring out what's happening. Like people are still, there's players who are probably terrified of him still, So I mean, there definitely are not like a lot of beach teams.
But Manchester United.
Oh, beach.
Beyond the beach. They're just drowning. God. They went out to sea and never came back.
Dude, I was like thinking also like Ron, like they just show Ron's dumb fucking Adam's apple in his face, like on the TV screen all the time with his like wax hair and shit, just like shaking his head. Dude, he makes so much money.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think he has the highest wages in the league.
He must just like look around and just be like all of the, like he probably earns similar to like Brighton's entire team's wage. Like it's like,
yeah.
What is that? Like, how does that coexist? Like, to be such a diabolical scum human and affect a game, like to affect a game to such a 0% quality, but make more money than everyone in the fucking stadium, like combined.
And
it's insane.
And it's also insane to follow up is that everyone has his back. every media, everything is like, oh my God, this guy's trying to carry this team. He's doing all he can.
He does a step over and hits the stanchion. Ronaldo! Oh, unlucky. He was unlucky there.
It's insane. Yeah, I mean, he's on 5-10 a week is what the reports are. So that's 26 mil. 5-10 a week. 5-10K pounds a week.
That has to be Brighton total. So in 2 weeks, he makes the same amount of money as the entire Lutonite.
3. Don't be a dick. Yeah, don't be a fucking dick. 3 weeks, he makes Luton's entire team, and they're in the playoffs.
It doesn't even take February on a leap year. It's less than that.
Less than
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, when he puts in his 2 weeks, he earns $1 million while he's packing his
Meanwhile,
desk.
Cavani just fucking goes to Uruguay. Keeps getting paid.
What's amazing at Cavani is he's actually beach. It's like, I'm just going to the beach. You can't stop me.
It's like, oh, we have games? Like, I don't give a shit. I'm going back to Uruguay.
Yeah,
like,
he just like
find me.
Snoozes Ralph's call and texts back like, hey, I'm injured, can't talk right now, what's up?
Lingard, he's like, oh, Lingard's PR person told me like after he leaked more things to the press about how dysfunctionally we are that I don't know if he's coming to training today. Next question. It's like, oh my God, what is happening here?
Unbelievable.
It's actually insane. It's so good.
You know Arsenal did a good job building their team when all of these other teams like, Man United and other dysfunctional teams are just like, damn, we really need to like do an Arsenal and get younger and get a manager we believe in. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, they are a fucking nightmare. But yeah, they're the most beast of all by far.
Yeah, definitely.
By far. Most beach team I've ever seen by far.
I forgot about by far.
By far is the greatest. Maybe a top moment of the season.
Yeah. Dude,
Pep is so fucking funny.
Paul is also very funny.
Oh, I love Paul.
I mean, Paul playing for 5 minutes in the Liverpool game and just being like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm going home. I'm going back to France. I'm not playing for this team ever again. I'm just finished with this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I hope he goes to City next season.
He said he's not going to.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, that got shut down today. I think I was saying it was either Juve again or PSG or Real. I think are the three options.
That makes sense.
So.
That
he's gonna leave. It's okay. He doesn't.
He still has the most assists on the team. He's played 1,300 minutes. He's 9 assists. Bruno's played 3,000 minutes. He has 6 assists.
That's how it goes. Paul is always an option.
World. Oh my God, insane.
Maybe Paul's the transfer in game week 38 just to bench wank.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Instead of letting one burn.
Oh my God, that's good.
We'll get there.
Yeah, 38's going to be perverse.
All right. What's up? Let's wrap it up.
I think that's it. Yeah, we'll do our teams on Thursday. We can't do that shit now. There's still way too many games.
I mean, Marcos A is on the hot seat for us, right?
On the hot seat for sure.
Okay.
We did get a new sign-up. Louis.
Are we going to do that before or after the deletions?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to all the deletions. Just give me another 5 hours to list all of them because there's so fucking many deletions. Tidal wave of deletions. The one new sign up, Louis de Clipel or something like that. Something nice getting in there. A little French guy.
Thanks, Louis.
Thanks, Louis.
Hey.
Get in. And that's about it, dude.
All right.
Any last words for you?
We'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, dude. Check us out at FMLField.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLField, sportspager.com/FMLField. Subscribe to the man.